Alright everybody, time for some more orchid updates. First things first, I inherited an orchid today. Somebody in our building left her office and there's this Cattleya left behind, so I took it. Let's see. That thing's probably dead. This is, no, sorry, it's Cattleya, or whatever it's called, BLC, Mary's Glory H&R. Very nice Cattleya intergeneric. It's a quite large plant, although you can see it's slightly dehydrated. The thing wasn't very well watered, so I gave it some water when I got it today, so hopefully it'll perk back up for me. This guy, was this the Doris and Byron? I think this is Doris and Byron here. Some of its older leaves look a little bit shriveled, but they've gotten better. I've been watering it more, and as you can see, it's getting new roots to it. Then we have this Cattleya that I bought from Amazon. It's doing really well. My Dendrobium nanochip has this very nice developing flower stalk on it. Can't wait for that to bloom. I'm going to cross it with this guy, which is Dendrobium, Atroviolaceae, which is, I think, one of the parents in the hybrid that created the nanochip. So it'll kind of be a back cross. Don't be hating on back crosses. My dog is a back cross. She's a golden doodle poodle mix. F1B. Woohoo! F1B represent. It's got its flower stalk coming in here, so hopefully that'll be going well. We got my Oncidium Alliance plants that are kind of just chilling out there. Dendrobium Stardust Firebird. It's a hybrid that is deciduous in nature, so it doesn't have any leaves on it right now. Dendrobiums, some of them will lose all of their leaves, but you can see the canes are still plump, green, and healthy looking. It's just storing energy and it'll regenerate leaves and stuff later, although they generally don't drop all their leaves at once. You know, it is what it is. The plant's still alive and doing well. The velamen on the roots still turns green when I water it. Other than that, the plants up here seem to be doing well. My Cattleya Happiness is developing that flower quite nicely. This week I'm going to New Hampshire for their orchid show, and so I will be hoping to obtain something I can cross-pollinate that with. Nothing new to report with these. I'm still trying to pollinate some of these orchids here with each other. My Dendrobium nobile has been just opening its flower buds willy-nilly as it's gone along. I've done some self-pollination of both of these Dendrobiums as well as cross-pollination between the two of them, hoping at least something takes. My rescue Dendrobium nobile seems to be doing somewhat better now that it's been in my care. Cymbidium coming in hot, looking really, really nice. And then we have my Phalaenopsis seed pod over here. Some of the shallow food-safe containers I gotten from Java don't seem to keep contaminants out, so I've accidentally ruined a couple batches of orchid seed media, unfortunately. However, given the fact that this thing is still, pretty early on in its development, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. I'm just going to make some new media in containers that might work better. The tall containers seem to retain sterility without a problem. I don't know if it's just the height of the container, but I haven't had problems with contamination in the taller food-safe containers made of the durable plastic, so I may just go with that. What I was doing was I was seeing if giving the seeds more light, because if you recall, and next week I'll do a video where I show my tissue culture updates, because there are a couple of exciting things going on with the tissue culture project. By the way, most of those tree buds got contaminated, although some of the lilac and oleander seem to be responding. Woohoo! Anyway, if you'll recall, the normal tissue culture I do is in jars, and that lid might block a decent amount of light. So one of the things I've been doing is tilting the thing so that, look, it's a housefly, so that the light is striking in through the glass so more light gets to them. And I also was using some durable plastic containers with completely clear lids to see if that would make a difference, allowing more light in. And so I took some of the shallower containers, because if you're germinating orchid seeds, you don't need a lot of headspace over them. But it seems that the containers that are deeper are less likely to contaminate. I don't know if it just has to do with the distance from the lid to the media, and maybe, when you take it out of the pressure cooker, and, the plastic kind of warps a little, so maybe when you push or pull on that plastic, it can suction things in. I don't really know. So I'm just going to make some new media in another container. And I'm going to water this Paphiopedilum. So that's the Orchid Chronicles for this week. Stay tuned. Next week we're going to have some Orchid Show treasures and a few other things.